Hello and welcome to our latest Mango video, which is going to look at the theme of legal compliance. My name is Jodie Reid from Penarth Management Limited, and we are approved Mango partners. This month, our blog series has revolved around legal compliance, what the standards say, how do I know what legislation applies to me, and how often do I have to do legal checks. But it's not just about what legislation applies, it's also about how you manage it as well. So taking a look at Mango, we have the compliance module, which is where we're going to start. Here is the register. The register is where we will list all of the legal and other requirements that apply. Now, in terms of where we get that information from, one of the things that we do at Penarth Management is monitor the legislation.gov.uk website for changes in legislation. Here is a full list of the last complete month, that's January 2020. And all these changes took place just in the UK legislation. That's not even including the Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland lists, which have additional information contained in them. So we do this each month, and it gives us the opportunity to review details of legislation and decide, is it relevant? There's an awful lot of legislation, as you'll see. This amounts to about 3 pages on this occasion. Now, if somebody finds that a piece of legislation is relevant, that's where we can then capture the details in our Mango legal register. So we had an organisation come to us saying that they were struggling to manage their legal compliance. They had undergone a recent surveillance visit where the assessor had picked them up for failing to manage their legal compliance. They hadn't identified some of these pieces of legislation. Now, bearing in mind that part of the work they were doing was as a waste management organisation, it was quite significant that this piece had been missed out. So the assessor picked up on the fact that this regulation had not been identified. It was very quick and easy for us to add it to the register, document the fact it's a regulation, copy a summary of the explanatory note in here, and then we've been able to say why that's of relevance to this particular organisation. So we can say that as a waste collection authority, they have the ability to issue notices to land occupiers or owners if waste is unlawfully kept or disposed of, and they are also in a position to be able to recover costs of clearing waste. They're then able to say how they're going to meet the requirements. So they have effective waste management procedures, or that's what they need to have. Now, at the time of writing this, there's no evidence that this has been added to procedures. If they had, we could be linking into that here. We can also identify what region, which branch or branches may be affected. And we can say how we're going to demonstrate that this is being complied with. Now, at the time that we prepared this, we recorded it as being not compliant because they were unable to demonstrate that it was under control. So we've captured that in the system for them. The other thing that we can do, waste is obviously an important topic to a waste management organisation. So we can produce a report. You'll have noticed that we had over 300 line items on the register. Whereas if we take a look at the waste topic, just the wastes, we'll see that there's quite a long list there. Now, in terms of demonstrating legal compliance, We said that we can do that via internal audits. So if we take a look at manage audits, so one of the things that we can do is create audit templates for legal topics. We've got a few prepared here. So let's take a look at our lifting operations and lifting equipment, which we can link to an individual piece of plant or equipment. Let's link that to a passenger lift. We can assign that to an owner and a reviewer. And look at the question sets here. We've written the questions, means that if we're able to answer yes to all of these, we'll be able to demonstrate legal compliance. If we take a look in the event management module, we can see the history. So here is our passenger lift. We can see that it needs to have maintenance every 6 months. And we can take a look at the event history, which shows us that the lifts have been serviced okay, inspection is completed. That tells us this lift is currently compliant. So we've got a combination of event activities, and we can use internal audits to show us the status, the compliance of individual plant and equipment, or indeed any events relating to legal compliance. So now you can see a nice simple way of Mango has the ability to store details of the relevant legislation. You can record the status of your compliance or otherwise. You can use Mango to conduct the audits that you're using to verify the status of the compliance, and you can use Mango to record, to manage actual events against individual parts of your management system. So all in all, it makes it a really comprehensive way of managing your legal compliance.